This story is from a man, and he said, "My wife refused to submit her body to me so I can perform my rights as her husband, and her excuse is that she just gave birth 10 days ago." My wife and I met in a club while we were in school. My wife knows I can't go a week or even a day without sex, and she was okay with it. In fact, she loved it more than I do. So after school, we continued dating for 2 years, and then I asked her to marry me. One of the reasons why I married my wife is because she knows how to handle me well in bed. And then I know how to handle her well in bed too. Ever since we got married, we have never gone a day without doing it. We do it like doctor's prescription 3 times daily. Sometimes we do it 5 times daily, depending on our energy. My wife doesn't work. I provide everything for my family and I. And when we got married, we told each other that we don't want children. My wife always hated the idea of getting pregnant because of the changes that happens to a woman's body when she's pregnant. And sometimes after she has given birth, it is hard for her to go back to her usual shape. One thing I liked about my wife is that we think alike. We want almost the same thing. I never wanted children because when I was growing up, my mother left us, and when I was small, I saw how my father struggled to raise me and my siblings. The responsibility was too much, so I told myself I would never burden myself with the responsibility of taking care of a child or children. So when I met my wife, I told her the same thing, and she told me that she doesn't like children too because they take all her time and then mess up her looks. So we clicked, and I love her. She was everything that a man will ever ask for. She takes care of me, she cooks my meal, she washes my clothes, she makes sure I come back to a clean home, and then always make sweet love to me, which is always her favorite time of the day. One day I was sweeping because she went to the market and it was a Saturday, so I wanted to surprise her with a cleanup. While I was sweeping our room, I found some pills under our bed. When I checked the pills, I found out it's the pills that my wife usually takes so that she doesn't get pregnant. That means she stopped taking them. So when she came back from the market, I took a proper look at her and I asked her if she was pregnant. She told me yes, that she is 1 month gone, but she doesn't know how to tell me. I asked her to get rid of the pregnancy, but she said no, that she wants children and she wants to keep it. I told her I don't want children and that we agreed that we won't have children. So what is she talking about? She said she wants children and that she loves kids. That she only agreed to not have children with me because she loves me and she didn't want to lose me. So she thought if we get married, she will be able to convince me so that we will have children. But I still told her plainly that I don't want kids. I do not want kids and I do not want kids. I told her to get rid of the pregnancy once again, but she refused. She became so adamant. She started crying. She stopped eating. She stopped bathing. She stopped doing anything in the house just because I told her to get rid of the baby. So just for peace to reign and I want my wife back, I told her, okay, let's keep the baby, but just this one, that if she gets pregnant ever again, I won't take responsibility of the child. She agreed and we became happy again. And even the doctors advised us to always make love because that will make delivery easy for her. I don't like fat women. When my wife got pregnant, obviously her body started changing. Her nose became big. My wife was ugly. I couldn't even touch her, but I have to because I don't like the idea of sharing my body with another person. It got to an extent that if I want to make love to my wife, I have to drink and get drunk or get high. She noticed and I told her plenty times that it's because she's no longer looking attractive to me. But being that I love, I just have to find a way to cope. And sometimes my wife tell me that she's not in the mood, that she has told me this one is doing her and that one is doing her. Her body is doing this one and her waist is doing that one. And I could care less because I never wanted this. But I still supported her in a way. Fast forward to 9 months later after she gave birth, and it's been 10 days since she gave birth and came back home with the baby. The baby that won't shut up, This baby cries all the time. I can't even sleep in my own house in peace anymore. The house smells differently. My body wants my wife, but I can't have her because she's always busy nursing her baby, and she neglects my own needs. I called her attention to it that I don't like the way she's giving this baby all her attention. My wife doesn't even cook for me anymore, and then when I complain, she will say she just gave birth, as if I was the one that asked her to get pregnant. My problem with women is that they don't keep to their words, and then they think with their hearts and not their head. You know that I don't like children, but yet you still got pregnant, gave birth, and then I can't have my peace of mind because of you and your baby that is always crying every day. It's been 10 days after she came back from the hospital, and I want my wife. I want to make love to my wife. I want to kiss her. I want to touch her. She doesn't want me to near her. It's already enough that I can't even suck my wife's breasts anymore because milk is coming out of it, and that is irritating. But the fact that I can't even touch my own wife again is annoying to me. So please advise my wife to give me access to her body before I look elsewhere. And anything that makes me go outside and I meet another lady that matches my energy, I will divorce her with immediate effect. If she doesn't come back to her senses, at least 5 days or 7 days is enough for you to heal and then go back to your duty as my wife. So please advise my wife in the comment section to submit her body to me, or else I will go elsewhere.